Okay, what's up, you guys? Today we will be reviewing American Pie, the album by Don Mclean. Now, fun fact, this copy right here was owned by my dad. So I got it for free. And it's in good shape. And he bought this in like the 70s. It's in good shape. The plastic's still on it. If you try to find a copy of this, I've seen a lot of copies of this like used, and they're beat up. They are beat the hell up. This was good condition, guys. So, look at him. Look at that. So, he needs to cut his guitar string. What is going on there? Cut your guitar strings, girl. Anyway. Yes. I am a Don McLean fan, so I'm going to be biased. I'm a Don McLean fan. I don't listen to a lot of folk music. I don't know a ton about it, but I am a Don McLean fan. I like Don McLean. And that man's still alive, right? So, yes. I'm the only like Don McLean stan out there, genuinely. I don't think like where they have Beatles Twitter, they have Monkeys Twitter. Why are y'all standing the Monkeys? Dumb Monkeys, bro. There's Beatles Twitter, Oasis Twitter, Monkeys Twitter. There's no Don McLean Twitter. Did the Monkeys write American Pie? No, they wrote. They were so campy, bro. Like, no hate to Monkeys Twitter. No hate to Monkeys Twitter, but like, guys, let's establish a Don McLean Twitter. Let's make Don McLean Twitter stan accounts. Please, I need a community. Cause I'm serious about this, guys. I'm serious about this. I even got tapestry. I got tapestry, bro. So I do not have like elite ball knowledge of Don McLean, but I feel like I know more about him, or like have listened to more of his stuff compared to other people in whatever scene you want to talk about. So, American Pie, released in 1971. Critical acclaim, it reached gold because everyone loved the song American Pie. We'll be talking a lot about that song because that is one of my favorite songs of like all time. Genuinely. Before I became like a folk fan, and I wouldn't even really consider myself a folk fan because I hate Bob Dylan with my heart and soul. Not really. I don't hate Bob Dylan. I just think he's a bop. Yes, I watched the Bob Dylan movie with Timothée Chalamet. And yes, it made me dislike Bob Dylan because then I went through like his catalog of his music, and I'm like, come on now, guys. Nobel Peace Prize for what? For what? I will sit down and listen to Bob Dylan, maybe. I do enjoy Blood on the Tracks. That's like it. Anyway. So, released in 1971. His first release was Tapestry, as I showed you guys. I will probably do a review on Tapestry because I really like that album. I have listened to all the songs on that album. I don't think it's as good as American Pie. I think American Pie was probably Don McLean's best album of all time. Because I'm not a huge fan of he has like a song. He has like an album called like Homeless Brother or something like that. Like, I don't even know like the other ones. I've listened to some songs off the other ones, and they're fine, but they're not like American Pie, right? American Pie was like his legacy. It's gonna be like, obviously, like, I'm sorry, but the Ballad of George Floyd that he wrote, I'm sorry, but like, you peaked, bro. And I wish people still cared about your music because obviously, like, you have a platform, but people like don't care about that kind of music anymore, really. So we need more biopics. So we need like a hot actor to play Don McLean in a biopic, is what I'm trying to say, so that way people can care about his music again. It worked for Bob Dylan, guys. Dylan Twitter is going crazy right now. It's going crazy. Anyway. So, yeah, released in 1971. It was inspired by Sgt. Pepper. So, my goats mentioned once again. Is it a concept album? In a way, yes. I don't even know what a concept album is. But ever since Tapestry, like, all of Don McLean's albums have been really thematically consistent. So I guess I would say it is a concept album because all his songs are like about like America and like struggles in America, in my opinion. And like I've read on the wiki that like he doesn't like his way of going about like creating music is just like dropping the music and not elaborating on his own interpretations and just saying like, okay, well, like the audience can interpret it. Let me show the audience. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to interpret this, but obviously this is my own interpretation. However, the majority of the songs are like pretty obvious about like what they're about, in my opinion, but I could be wrong. So we'll start off with American Pie, which is like it's the opening. And I guess we can also talk about like pacing too. I'm more so going to talk about like the meanings behind the songs and just, yeah, like obviously this isn't like a freaking Mozart album. Like Mozart did not release albums. This is not like a Mozart symphony, right? This is just a collection of songs with deep meanings to them, right? That are personal to Don Mclean and can be personal to you as well. It's not a feat of musical genius. It is a feat of like writing genius, in my opinion. I think like a lot of the songs are just like, a lot of modern day songs are pretty shallow. And, you know, I don't know, you could consider some of his songs to be pretentious or whatever. It's up to the audience. I don't even know what pretentious means. I think like calling things pretentious is kind of stupid because like you don't know his intention. He could have been earnest. He could have like not, you know, I don't know. I don't think he was trying to be pretentious by any means. So yeah, obviously like this isn't an album of music ingenuity. I'm not gonna like gas about like the production the same way that I talked about the production of Pet Sounds or anything like that. It's very simple, like it's very simple musically. Very simple melodies, very simple chord progressions. I could probably cover every single song on my ukulele, if I'm being honest. American Pie is like C, G, E minor, F, or something like that. Like it's a very easy song to cover. And that's what makes it so good and so catchy, right? Like what sucks is the catchiest songs are the most simple, like low-key, like I don't want to say brainless because the lyrics are really good, but the actual melody is just insanely simple, but also very catchy, right? That's why it did so well. And obviously, like I'm not gonna talk down on the song, because it is again one of my favorite songs. I'm just trying to say that like I'm mostly going to review this album for the meaning, its meaning and stuff, and not so much like the actual like music. Whereas like in the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds, I barely even talked about the meanings of the songs. Anyway, so 8-minute introduction. Let's get into it. Sorry guys. So I have a lot to say. Because unlike like I'm a Don Mclean stan, and you guys need to get on Don Mclean Twitter, and they need to make a Don Mclean biopic starring like not Timothy Chalamet. I don't know who would play Don Mclean. Adam Sandler. I don't know what Don Mclean like. I don't know an actor look like for young Don Mclean. Because all of the Hollywood actors are like twinks. That man was not a twink. That man was. He was a twunk, bro. He was an otter. Don Mclean was an otter, if anything. So, I don't know who could play him. I don't even know who could play him, bro. I don't know like a lot of actors. Like Willem Dafoe should play. No. I don't know who can play him. I'm trying to think. I don't know who, like I really don't know. Anyway, besides the point. So, American Pie is the first song on this album. It's the most famous, right? It's why the album reached gold. It's why the album reached like number 1 on the charts. It's what Don McLean is gonna die by, right? And there's a million different ways to interpret it. I just like the song because it tells a story. It tells a story, and it also, you know, is a critique on just America going downhill. Right? It's initially about like how the music died. It's about how Buddy Holly died. But obviously, like, it's not like music has necessarily gone downhill, in my opinion. Maybe like the reason why people are making music is going downhill. Like, I don't know. That's why I like really, really like System of a Down, because their songs are catchy, but also they all have like meaning to them, right? That's why I like Don Mclean, because all his songs have meaning. That's because why I like the Beatles. All their songs have, a positive meaning to them. Obviously, like, you don't hear, well, you do hear John Lennon talking about war, but you don't hear like Ringo Starr talking or singing about like the fucking war in, Gaza, right? So yeah. I think we celebrities and people who make music should use their platform to fucking talk about stuff. Just saying, like, I'm gonna flame some of y'all. Sabrina Carpenter was like, oh, blah, 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 donate to blah, 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 but, like, girl, you got billion, or, like, at least millions, why can't you do that shit? Tax write-off? Like, don't push it onto the fans, bro. Don't push it onto the fans. You actually, like, fucking talk about this stuff. I don't see any pop girlies talking about this stuff. And I think that, you can make art just to make art, but I think a lot of art is politically motivated. Majority of art is politically motivated. So, yeah, use your voice and your platform to talk about things. And, like, okay, I'm hypocritical because you don't really hear me talking about, like, stuff that I care about, like, too much. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, actually, I don't have an excuse for that, guys. Sorry. Anyway, American Pie. 8-minute song or something. Repetitive chorus. Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but it's about the downfall of America, right? It's referencing, the only person that he confirms it's referencing is Buddy Holly dying. And then people say that, like, the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean in a voice that came from you and me. People say that's about Bob Dylan. Don't even get me started. I don't fuck with Bob Dylan. I don't mess with Bob Dylan. Yeah, I watched the biopic with Timothy Chalamet, and yes, I just got annoyed because then I started listening to his music and I'm like, I don't like any of this. His voice is annoying, and that harmonica is very grating, in my opinion. Don McLean's voice, angelic. Bob Dylan's voice, demonic. People say the king is referencing Elvis. People say, I don't know. He never directly confirms any of this in any of his like interviews or anything. They did make a documentary in 2022 about this. I have not watched that yet. And if I do, I don't know if I will. And if I do, I don't know if I would. I might update this, but like the documentary, I believe, is just about the song American Pie and not about the album. So I don't know how relevant it could be. Blah, blah, blah. But yes, I do really like American Pie. I really like the writing. It's really catchy. The rhyming is great. The rhyming is great, guys. The storytelling is great. Even though it's 8 minutes long, it doesn't feel horrendously repetitive because, one, the chorus is so fun that, like, you're obviously, like, gonna be fine hearing it over and over again. And the in-between parts are the fun little, like, nuggets of references and, like, ways that you can interpret things. And there's, there's biblical shit throughout. Like, I am, like, low-key atheist, but, like, I do love me some, like, I am in the Bible fandom, because, guys, biblical references be everywhere. And he says, oh, the three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. I just, like, his rhyming is just, like, scratching that itch in my brain. Like, I am a Don Mclean bias, but whatever. Like, it's just, the rhyming is so good. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's cracked. And, yeah. That's American Pie. Like, the writing is fantastic. Like, just the like, yes, it's, like, kind of Dr. Seuss. But, like, the flow is crazy. The flow is crazy. The three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, they took the last train to the coast the day the music died. Like, bars. There are hella bars in that song. That song is Bar City, bro. That song is Bar City, bro. That song, call that song a lawyer the way it passed the fucking bars around. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, next. The next song on that album is Till Tomorrow. It's a love song. It's a love song about two lovers who are like lost. It's lost in translation. It's very simple. However, guys, my personal interpretation, I don't think he was trying to really talk about this but who knows? This song is about gay, yaoi, or yuri. This song is about yuri or yaoi. Because he says, why can't we, or interracial couples, actually. More so interracial couples, if I'm being honest, because this was released in the 70s. The song is about yuri or yaoi or interracial couples, or really any couple that, like, any two people that are different, that are together, that aren't, it's not accepted by society, because it's like, there's the line in the song that's like, why can't we be free to be lovers? And it's just, again, this story about, like, two lovers lost in translation who can't, you know, due to one circumstance or another, maybe it could be, like, you know, differing, like, they're divided by something in a way that makes it so they can't be free to love each other. It could be anything. It really could be anything. It could be, like, mental illness, it could be class, it could be race, it could be gender, it could be really anything. I think it's about gay couples, because he talks about rainbows and doves and shit. Or it could be religion, because rainbows and doves, but whatever. It's a very beautiful song. Very calming. Again, Don Mclean's voice is very beautiful. Much better than that fucking grating Bob Dylan. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. Better than any of that. So anyway. Next is Vincent, which is the second most popular song of Don McLean, I think. Again, another beautiful song. The problem with this album is that a lot of the songs, like, sound the same, you know? This song sounds very similar to Till Tomorrow. They really could genuinely be part of the same song if you, like, shoehorned it in enough, because they just sound so similar. But I still think it's a beautiful song. I think that Till Tomorrow is a beautiful song, so I think Vincent's a beautiful song. Vincent is about, obviously, Vincent Van Gogh, Starry, Starry Night. Starry, Starry Night. It's about, like, him suffering mental illness and people not understanding his art. Could Don McLean be putting his own sort of... Could he be self-inserting himself as Vincent? I don't think he is. Again, I don't know if Don McLean ever struggled with, like, substance abuse or mental illness or anything like that. Like, again... His story isn't super well told, because after American Pie, people kind of stopped caring about him. Again, where's the biopic? I'll play him myself if I have to, bro. So yeah. This is like a D&D book, but I use it for my notes. I think it's a very beautiful song. That's all I gotta say. Vincent. Listen to that. It's the second most popular song of Don McLean's, I think. Next is Crossroads. This one I kind of forgot how it went. It's not my favorite on the album. I don't have a ton to say about it. It's kind of just about a person on a journey who's, like, alone, and he or she or they or Z or puppy self. Puppy self is feeling, like, hopeless, alone. Like, puppy self is a sinner. Puppy self needs repentance. Puppy self is a monster. No, but the main message I got from this is that we're kind of, like, all on our own journeys, and, like, we all need to repent. Or some shit like that. I actually don't know. Again, it wasn't, like, really... It didn't stick out to me too much. Like, it's not going on the top of the pyramid. Next, Winterwood. This one is another you can interpret it as just like a simple love song about like someone who's like yearning. I think this is a love song about nature, which is obviously something that he sung about in Tapestry. That's really about it. It's still a very pretty song. I do like the melody. It's very cute. Like I like his voice in it. But yeah, it's just like kind of a simple love song, but it's about nature because it's talking of, well, hold up. Let me show the audience. What are the lyrics? Okay. I think it has to be about nature because it's like, okay, you are as natural as the night, and all that springs from you is good, and the children born beneath your light are like the birds on winter wood. And for the first time, I've been seeing the things I've never noticed without you, and for the first time, I'm discovering the things I used to treasure about you. It's sort of like lamenting like the degradation of nature, and he's saying like, well, now that this pollution and crap is happening, like, I appreciate nature, but like now it's falling away. Which he also talked about a lot in Tapestry. That's what Tapestry's about. Next is Empty Chairs. It's about a loss of love, like a lover going away and him not knowing until it's too late. This one could also be about nature and the environment, or it could just be about his like wife because he like divorced his wife. So it could be about like his actual wife, or it could just be about again the environment, because it's talking about like, oh, like I didn't know that you were actually gonna like leave. I didn't appreciate you until you were gone, yada yada. And that's kind of like what we're dealing with the environment. Yeah, we know that the things that we're doing, we know that it's bad. Like, don't even play with me. We all know that Temu bag, like, killed a polar bear. You know, like, we know what's going on is bad. Nature is telling us we are getting more rainfall, we are getting more drought, we are getting more extreme climate. Like, we know what's going on. Nature is telling us, but it's definitely gonna be too little too late. When the freaking world collapses from climate change, it'll be definitely too little too late. Even though there have been so many warnings, humanity will be so selfish. We will strip the earth of everything that it has, right? Despite all the warnings, despite all the danger, despite everything, we'll do all that stuff. We will pillage the earth, right? And then we'll be clueless, and we're all gonna be like dead, low on resources, and then we're gonna be like, oh, what? I didn't expect this to happen, and it'll be too late. It'll be too late. So that's sorry to go on my doomer chud rant, but that's all I have to say about like environmental stuff. I don't know if like, again, this is my interpretation of the song. Thank you. Okay, next is Everybody Loves Me Baby. This is another one of my faves. I covered this song. This is one of my faves on the album. It's obviously about corrupt dictators. Like, I'm not gonna say it, but our current president, bro, the song's about him. The song was at him. Like, Don Mclean was they're the same age, bro. Don Mclean was low-key subtweeting him in this, even though he didn't know he would be president, but still. That's all I'm gonna say. He kind of read up. Okay? Reading Rainbow. He read them, bro. He read our world leaders. I suggest, like, if you don't listen to American Pie, you've heard American Pie before, you've heard Vincent before, check out Everybody Loves Me Baby off the American Pie album. Listen to that song, because that song is still so damn relevant to today. It is still so relevant to today. it's crazy. It's actually crazy how relevant this song still is, and it will continue to be relevant because humanity is just evil. Next, Sister Fatima. This album, my dad's copy of this, so I don't know what version of this is. It says A Liberty Value, printed in USA. Like, I don't know what. This is an abridged version of an album previously released. A Liberty reissue. So I don't know. My dad was on a budget. He was fiending on a budget, so I don't know. So I didn't listen to Sister Fatima off of this album, so I actually can't really say a lot about it, but I read the lyrics. I listened to it on like Spotify. It's about like a fortune teller, I think, or something like that, or like some sort of like nun. I don't know the meaning behind it, and I can't really comment on it because I haven't like listened to it that thoroughly. And I've yapped and yapped about this fucking album, so I'm sorry, guys. Next is The Grave. This one, the meaning of this one is very obvious. It's about war. It's very emotional. Don Mclean goes like, he's like, it's a ballad, bro. He's like, like he's really like, his pipes of peace are channeling his emotions. So obviously it's about someone going off to war and dying. Still applicable to today, because why the fuck are we sending people out to kill other people? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that, guys? Like, why are we dropping bombs on each other? Like, why are we starving other people? Why are we killing other people? Why are we, like, raping and torturing them? Humanity, get it together! Why are we fucking treating our Earth like crap? Like, humanity, let's really get it together, guys. I'm going through, like, a mental breakdown, but anyway. You guys just need to lock in. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and the last song is Babylon. It's a religious chant. It's Don Mclean's voice, like, layered on top of himself, I'm pretty sure. Apparently, it was in Mad Men. I haven't watched Mad Men, so I can't really, like, speak on the significance of that. But Babylon is about, like, I think people getting exiled from Babylon. Guess what? That's still happening today. Well, not in Babylon specifically, but, like, people are still getting exiled from their homes and killed and tortured and starved. So, really, guys, let's lock in, because why is a fucking album from the 70s about war and the decline of America still very relevant in 2025? Like, let's think about that, guys, and let's work on it. Let's work on it. Sorry for the crash out, guys. Sorry for the crash out, but what I can say about American Pie is that it upsets me that pretty much every single song on the album is still, the message is still more than relevant to today's current issues. Yeah. I mean, it's nice that gay marriage is legalized. I guess that's the only positive thing I can say. It's nice that, I'm such a pessimist about this, and I'm sorry. It is nice. It's nice that we have gay marriage. It's nice that some companies, it's nice that we have carbon credits, okay? It's nice, guys. Taylor Swift, she bought carbon credits, so she's absolved of all the freaking private jet planes she went on, because she bought the license to pollute. You can just buy it. He doesn't really talk about capitalism in this album, which he should have. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, his writing's really good. The writing in American Pie is really good. Will I release my own folk album? No, because I have no clue how to play the guitar. So it'll have to be on the ukulele, and my writing is really bad. But yeah, so American Pie is one of my favorite albums. Is it my favorite album of all time? There are some hits and some misses on the album, but I still stand with the meanings of them, and I think his voice is beautiful, his songwriting is really good, and although it's very melodically simple, most of the songs are very pretty. So that's my review of American Pie by Don Mclean. Sorry for going on a rant. I just had to like get that off my like, cause guys, I got a lot of pent up anger. So y'all should listen to the album. I don't know what I'll review next. I mean, well, you can't even see my records. I might review the Benz next, maybe, or something like that. I don't really know, but I have a lot of records. I need to listen to a lot of them more, honestly, in my opinion, to get a better, like, I don't know what I'll review next. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching.